The morning mist drifts softly over the English countryside as sunlight glimmers across the slate rooftops and rose-lined gardens. In the heart of this serene landscape stands Dame Helen Mirren, wrapped in a wool sweater, pouring tea with the calm grace of a woman who has nothing left to prove. This isn't a movie set, it's her real life, elegant, grounded, and deeply human. And to truly understand how she built this extraordinary world, we need to go back to where it all began, her early life and the journey that shaped her career. Helen Lydia Mironoff was born in 1945 in Hammersmith, London, to an English mother and a Russian-born father whose family had once served as aristocrats under the Tsar. Growing up in post-war Britain, Helen's world was one of modest means but rich culture, a blend of discipline, intellect, and a touch of rebellion. Her father, who anglicized the family name to Mirren, instilled in her a strong work ethic, while her mother nurtured her creative side. It was this mix of practicality and imagination that would later define her artistic voice. At 18, Helen joined the National Youth Theatre, a decision that changed everything. Her breakout role came swiftly: Cleopatra in Antony and Cleopatra 1965 at London's Old Vic. It was a performance so raw and commanding that critics hailed her as the new face of British theatre. Soon after, she was invited to join the Royal Shakespeare Company, where she became known for her fearless, sensual, and utterly human portrayals of complex women. In the 1960s and 70s, while others aimed for polite prestige, Helen brought heat, wit, and danger to the stage. She was wild, bold, brilliant, as one critic put it. By the late 1970s, Mirren began her transition to film, earning attention for daring roles in The Long Good Friday, 1980, and the controversial Caligula, 1979. She was unafraid to take risks, often portraying women who defied expectation, authority, and societal norms. This defiance became her signature. The 1990s marked her transformation from respected actress to international icon. Her portrayal of Detective Jane Tennyson in Prime Suspect, 1991 to 2006, redefined television drama. Tennyson was sharp, flawed, and uncompromising, a trailblazer for strong female leads in crime series. The role earned Mirren multiple BAFTAs and Emmys, and cemented her as one of Britain's most commanding performers. In 1994, she earned her first Academy Award nomination for The Madness of King George, proving her seamless ability to move between stage and screen. Then came 2006, the year Helen Mirren became the Queen. Her portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II in Stephen Frears' film was nothing short of masterful, restrained yet vulnerable, stately yet deeply human. The performance earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, along with Golden Globe, BAFTA, and SAG honors, a royal sweep that crowned her career and made her one of the most celebrated actresses of her generation. Unlike many of her peers, Mirren never slowed down after that defining moment. Through the 2010s and 2020s, she expanded her repertoire with remarkable range, from the sharp-tongued retired spy in Red to the fearless matriarch in Fast and Furious Presence, Hobbs and Shaw, to her acclaimed portrayal of Catherine the Great in HBO's Catherine the Great. She lent her voice to Barbie, 2023, bringing warmth and wit to a new generation of audiences, and co-starred in 1923, the Yellowstone prequel that paired her with Harrison Ford, a role that earned her praise for owning the screen without ever needing to raise her voice. Across 6 decades, Helen Mirren has built one of the most versatile careers in entertainment history. She is a bridge between the old world of classical theater and the modern pulse of Hollywood, a woman who commands attention not by volume, but by sheer presence. And when the spotlight fades, the Queen retreats, not to a castle, but to a hillside haven. Country Estate, timeless lifestyle. Tucked away on 6.5 acres along La Brea Terrace, This historic property was once owned by silent film star Dustin Farnham, but today it belongs to one of the most commanding voices in modern cinema. Purchased by Mirren and her husband, director Taylor Hackford, in 1986, the home has served as both creative sanctuary and personal retreat, a rare blend of old Hollywood charm and European refinement. The main house spans 6,700 square feet, its facade understated yet dignified, framed by ivy and mature oak trees that guard it from the city below. Inside, 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms open across a floor plan that feels both grand and deeply personal. Original hardwood floors whisper the stories of generations past, while 6 fireplaces, each distinct in design, add warmth and intimacy to the high-ceilinged rooms. Massive glass doors lead out to sweeping terraces, offering panoramic views that stretch from downtown Los Angeles to the glimmering Pacific on clear days. It's the kind of view that feels earned, not flaunted. The interior design is an elegant mix of British sensibility and Hollywood flair. Mirren's personal touch is everywhere. Vintage rugs from Morocco, antique mirrors, oak-paneled walls lined with oil paintings, and a grand piano that doubles as both decoration and occasional performance piece. A small library filled with scripts, first editions, and family photos reflects her life's duality, the artist and the woman at home. Every object, from the crystal decanters to the Art Deco lighting fixtures, seems chosen not for luxury, but for longevity, timelessness over trend. The estate also includes a 3,100 square foot guest house, built in a soft French country style, complete with its own courtyard and climbing wisteria. Its pale stucco walls and rustic shutters evoke Provence more than Hollywood, a quiet contrast to the intensity of Los Angeles life. Above the garage, a third 500 square foot studio, flooded with natural light, serves as a writing room, rehearsal space, or simply a refuge for reflection. The grounds unfold like a private botanical park, terraced gardens, winding trails shaded by sycamores, a koi pond, and stone benches placed for contemplation. There are lemon trees near the patio and flowering vines that climb trellises surrounding the pool area, giving the property a distinctly European soul. When the light fades, lanterns flicker to life, bathing the gardens in a golden glow that feels almost cinematic. The perfect home for an actress who has lived her life in the frame. In 2021, the couple listed the estate for $18.5 million or for rent at $45,000 per month, an offer that drew enormous interest, not only for its beauty, but for its legacy. Few Hollywood properties capture this level of authenticity, elegance without excess, history without pretense. Today, whether it's filled with laughter, quiet conversation, or the distant sound of a piano, this home remains a reflection of its owner, regal yet real, glamorous yet grounded. But when Hollywood sleeps, Helen escapes to the serenity of Lake Tahoe. Estate in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Perched high above the lake's edge, the property opens to panoramic views of one of America's most breathtaking natural wonders, an endless expanse of turquoise framed by evergreen forests and snow-dusted peaks. From above, the home looks almost sculpted into the hillside, its architecture blending seamlessly with the landscape. Spread across several acres, the compound features 3 main structures: the main residence, a guest house with an indoor pool, and a separate in-law suite. Together, they form a retreat designed for privacy, creativity, and connection, a balance Helen Mirren has spent a lifetime mastering. The main house, a contemporary mountain lodge with rustic undertones, unfolds across 3 spacious bedrooms. Inside, soaring ceilings, exposed beams, and expansive glass walls draw the outdoors in, allowing the rhythm of the lake to become part of daily life. The living room, anchored by one of 3 stone fireplaces, opens into a sunlit library lined with well-loved books and travel mementos. Nearby, a billiards room and mini-bar offer a casual setting for guests, the kind of space where a quiet evening can easily turn into a spontaneous party. The kitchen is a showpiece on its own, fitted with dual Sub-Zero refrigerators, a 6-burner Thermidor stove, and thick granite countertops that mirror the colors of the lake outside. It's more than a place to cook. It's a gathering spot where friends linger over coffee or late-night wine, where the smell of baked bread drifts toward the deck. As one friend once joked, it's a chef's kitchen with a lakeside soul. Upstairs, the master suite is both elegant and deeply personal. A wall of windows frames the lake like a painting, while the ensuite bathroom, all creamy marble and soft lighting, evokes a quiet spa. Every corner, from the walk-in closet to the writing nook overlooking the trees, feels designed for restoration rather than performance. The guest house, equally inviting, adds a layer of indulgence with its private indoor swimming pool, a rare luxury in this region. It also includes 2 bedrooms, a separate laundry space, and a discreet pathway leading directly to the lakefront. For guests, it's the perfect blend of independence and intimacy, close enough to share the main home's warmth, yet private enough to feel like their own world. Outside, the grounds are pure poetry. A vibrant garden blooms from spring through late autumn, while a hot tub sits tucked beneath a canopy of pines, offering a front-row seat to the stars. The 4-car garage houses a mix of practical vehicles and weekend rides, with enough space left for the occasional visiting friend, or more likely, a visiting dog. Walking through the home, it's easy to see why Helen calls this her sanctuary. Here, there are no red carpets, no flashing cameras, only still water, mountain air, and the hum of wind through the pines. And when she isn't tending to her roses or sipping tea by the lake, Helen Mirren enjoys a very different kind of beauty. The kind sculpted from carbon fiber, leather, and horsepower. Her taste in cars, much like her acting career, is refined yet daring. A perfect blend of timeless class and surprising edge. Car collection. First, there's her Mercedes-Benz S350, a $65,000 symbol of understated luxury. Powered by a smooth V6 engine, it's a car that whispers rather than shouts. The hand-stitched leather interior feels more like a private living room than a driver's seat. With air suspension that glides over every surface, it's the sort of vehicle that makes even London traffic feel like a red carpet arrival. For longer journeys, Mirren turns to her Chevrolet Suburban LTZ, a robust $70,000 SUV that's more about comfort than flash. With its 5.3-liter V8 engine and cavernous interior, it's the ideal companion for cross-country drives. Powerful enough to handle mountain roads near Tahoe, yet comfortable enough for road trips with family or friends. But when it comes to pure opulence, nothing compares to her Rolls-Royce Phantom. Valued at around $450,000, this is the crown jewel of her collection. A car that feels less driven and more commanded. Under the hood, a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine delivers 563 horsepower, propelling the massive vehicle from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.1 seconds. Yet inside, it's absolute serenity. Lamb's wool mats, handcrafted leather seats, starlight headliner, and an interior so meticulously silent you could recite Shakespeare in peace. Then comes the unexpected. Helen's McLaren 720S Spider, worth roughly $336,000. A hypercar that proves this queen of cinema still has a wild streak. With a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 710 horsepower, it rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds flat, topping out at 211 miles per hour. It's more than a car. It's a declaration that grace and grit can coexist. And finally, her McLaren 600 LT, priced around $185,000, lighter, sharper, and built purely for performance. With 592 horsepower and a focus on aerodynamic efficiency, it embodies precision and control. Its low-slung profile and aggressive carbon fiber design make it look ready to pounce even at rest. It's the kind of car that commands respect, much like Mirren herself. As one might say, her mansions may reflect her peace, but her cars, they reveal her fire. And behind that elegance on wheels lies an empire of success, built not on speed, but on substance. Income and net worth. Helen Mirren's net worth is estimated at around $100 million, a fortune she shares with her husband, Oscar-winning director Taylor Hackford. But unlike many of her Hollywood peers, Mirren's wealth wasn't built on flashy blockbusters or brand empires. It was earned the slow, deliberate way, through decades of artistry, consistency, and an instinct for reinvention. Her film career remains the cornerstone of her earnings. After The Queen, 2006, the performance that earned her an Oscar and redefined her career, Mirren reportedly received between $5 to $10 million in salary and bonuses. That film didn't just make her rich, it made her Hollywood royalty. Since then, she's balanced prestige with popularity, starring in global hits like Red, 2010, The Good Liar, 2019, and the Fast and Furious franchise, where her recurring role as Queenie Shaw reportedly nets her a multi-million-dollar paycheck per film, contributing more than $40 million in total film income over the past 2 decades. On the television front, Mirren's success has been just as impressive. Her legendary performance in Prime Suspect not only earned critical acclaim and awards, but also long-term syndication royalties. More recently, her turn as Cara Dutton in 1923, the Yellowstone spin-off, brought her back to television at a record-breaking salary of roughly $1 million per episode, amounting to nearly $8 million for the first season alone. Few actresses in their late 70s can command that kind of paycheck, proof that timeless talent still trumps fleeting trends. Her stage work continues to provide steady royalties. Mirren's Tony-winning performance in The Audience, 2015, in which she once again portrayed Queen Elizabeth II, was both a critical and commercial success, extending her Queen legacy across mediums. With Broadway profits, touring performances, and royalties from international productions, the play remains a quiet but lucrative part of her portfolio. Mirren has also found consistent income in voice acting and narration, bringing her commanding tone to projects like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and Barbie, 2023. Her narration work, typically earning between $1 to $2 million per project, adds an elegant layer of versatility to her already rich career. Her voice, refined, wry, instantly recognizable, has become a brand unto itself. And of course, there's her endorsement power. Since joining L'Oréal Paris as a global ambassador, Mirren has redefined what beauty contracts look like for women over 70. The partnership, reportedly worth $1 to $5 million annually, was praised for celebrating authenticity over airbrushing, a perfect match for the actress who's always preferred candor to conformity. And with that wealth, she doesn't build empires, she builds empathy. Philanthropy. One of her deepest commitments is to Refuge and Women's Aid, 2 organizations at the forefront of the fight against domestic abuse in the UK. Mirren has long used her platform to advocate for survivors of violence, emphasizing that protection and dignity are human rights, not privileges. Her humanitarian reach extends far beyond Britain. As a longtime ambassador for Oxfam, Mirren has worked tirelessly to raise awareness about poverty and inequality. She traveled to Uganda with the organization, where she visited local communities and witnessed the direct impact of development programs on women and children. Rather than limiting her support to donations, she's often taken the time to speak publicly about her experiences, bringing compassion and credibility to causes that rely on global attention. In the realm of youth empowerment, Mirren's support for the Prince's Trust stands out. The charity, founded by King Charles III, helps disadvantaged young people build skills, find employment, and gain confidence. Mirren has consistently participated in mentorship programs and fundraising events, often highlighting how education and opportunity can rewrite a person's story, much like it once did for her. Her love for nature and culture is also evident in her role as founder of Save the Olives, a conservation project she launched in Greece, where she and husband Taylor Hackford spend much of their time. The initiative focuses on protecting ancient olive trees from disease and environmental degradation, blending her passion for sustainability with her deep respect for Mediterranean heritage. In 2025, Mirren lent her voice to Street Child, an international campaign supporting orphaned and displaced children through education and shelter. Her participation helped the charity reach new audiences across Europe and North America, demonstrating once again her ability to inspire through authenticity rather than spectacle. Her empathy extends even to areas close to her personal experiences. As an ambassador for SAY, the Stuttering Association for the Young, Mirren has helped children who struggle with speech find confidence and community. She often appears in the group's virtual workshops and annual benefits, gently reminding young participants that your voice matters, especially when it shakes. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she stood firmly behind healthcare workers through her support of the Intensive Care Society, raising funds and awareness for frontline staff facing burnout and risk. Her donation drives and public appeals helped secure protective equipment and mental health resources for hospitals across the UK. What defines Mirren's philanthropy isn't its scale, but its sincerity. She doesn't chase headlines or photo ops. Her generosity unfolds quietly through action and consistency. And beyond the red carpets and causes, Helen's private world reveals her truest legacy: personal life. Helen Mirren's personal life, much like her career, has always been guided by authenticity and independence. In the early 1980s, she shared a relationship with actor Liam Neeson, whom she met on the set of Excalibur, 1981. Their chemistry on screen carried into real life, and Neeson has often credited Mirren with helping him secure his first Hollywood agent, a gesture that spoke volumes about her generosity and influence even then. Though their relationship ended amicably, both have since expressed deep mutual respect, with Neeson describing her as an extraordinary woman who changed the course of my life. A few years later, destiny introduced Mirren to the man who would become her lifelong partner, American film director Taylor Hackford. The two met in 1985 during the production of White Nights, a project that brought together art, dance, and international talent. They began dating in 1986, building a partnership founded on equality, humor, and creative respect. After more than a decade together, the couple married on December 31, 1997, Hackford's 53rd birthday, in a quiet ceremony at Ardersier Parish Church near Inverness, Scotland. This was Hackford's third marriage and Mirren's first, though she's never defined herself by the institution. "I got married late because I didn't see the point until I met the right person," she once said, adding that their marriage works because they allow each other space to be fully themselves. Mirren has always been candid about her personal choices, especially regarding motherhood. She has stated openly that she never felt a strong maternal instinct, saying, "I'm glad I don't have children. But I love children, and Taylor has children I'm involved with. It's wonderful, but not for me." It made her not only a role model for artists, but also for women who define fulfillment on their own terms. And in that single line, part humor, part truth, Helen Mirren once again proved why she remains both a queen of the screen and of life itself. If you've enjoyed this journey through the world of one of cinema's most timeless icons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Every day, we uncover the homes, hearts, and hidden stories behind the legends who shaped our culture. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.